New Zealanders have diabetes and at least 50 more are diagnosed every day. But it's those who don't know they have the disease that we're turning our focus to this morning.
Yeah, an estimated 100,000 Kiwis we're talking about. Now, Chris Chang's at the South Pacific Pictures in Auckland with a couple of guests. Tell us more and why you'd be there talking about diabetes.
Rawdon, it's usually 7 o'clock in the evening when you might see this place on your TV screens. We've got a star from Shortland Street, Cameron Jones, to talk to us in just a moment. But first I want to introduce you to Chris Beatty, who's the president of Diabetes New Zealand. Tell us, Chris, what is this week about? And first of all, give us some clarification on the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes.
Well, type 1 diabetes is an acute onset, autoimmune, anyone can get it, but nobody can help getting it. And mostly people develop it when they're younger, whereas type 2 tends to develop later on in life, and it's regarded more as a lifestyle disorder, but not completely. It can be delayed and in some cases may be prevented, but certainly 90% of the 250,000 in New Zealand with diabetes have type 2.
We've got the van behind us, which is going to be travelling around Auckland as well this week. What's the purpose of the van?
Well, the van really works in communities, particularly at-risk communities, talking to people about diabetes, helping them identify if they are at risk, and then screening them for diabetes if they are and they haven't been screened. It then works with them to encourage them to get in touch with their GP and receive the treatment and management they need.
So what's the message this week primarily from you guys? Is it, if you think you might have it, get out and get checked?
Yes, there's always that message, but also the message is very much that if you do have it, it's not the end of the world, that learning about it and managing it well can enable you to live a really, really good life and great quality of life. And we're here to help do that.
Fantastic. Well, someone who is managing to manage their type 1 diabetes rather well is Cameron Jones, who is a star on the set of Shortland Street here. Cameron, you're a sporty guy. Does having type 1 diabetes impact your lifestyle? You've obviously got a busy lifestyle.
Yeah, of course it impacts it, and I'd be lying if I said I could sort of lead a normal life, but all you've got to do is make adjustments and measurements and things to work with it, and you know, it's just about an extra activity. You know, it's like learning to clean your teeth again another time a day. You know, it's just about learning what your body needs and what your body wants, and yeah, making those adjustments to be able to do those things that you want to do. You know, it's not going to stop you from doing anything, but it certainly just means you've got to adjust. Yeah. It
was almost an accident the way you found out you had type 1 diabetes, wasn't it? Tell us that story.
Oh, I was quite lucky in the fact that I had a scooter accident. I came off my scooter and got a blood infection, and when I was in hospital for the blood infection, they found through the tests you know, that my blood sugars were a bit off, and then I went back for more tests, and then they found it quite relatively early. So it was good because I didn't go through all the fainting and things that most people would go through with type 1. So yeah.
Obviously, everyone's got their own case and have to manage their insulin in different ways. For you, working on a set like Shortland Street, having long days, hours in between shoots, is it quite difficult to manage?
It can be difficult, yeah. But at the end of the day, you've just got to go on with life. You know, it's like, I mean, I can have a horrible day with blood sugars, but at the end of the day, what am I going to do? You know, it's all about learning and going forward to the next day and going, well, what can I learn from that? And how do I adjust for next time? What do I need to know for next time? And you can only do your best. You know, I can know every fact about type 1 diabetes. I can know every measurement. I can know every bit of insulin to take. But at the end of the day, you know, life throws you curveballs, and you've just got to accept that those come and you know, ride the wave, so to speak. You know.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Cameron and Chris, for joining us down here at Shortland Street this morning. Back to you guys.